Whoa, 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 whoa. Welcome to another episode of the Taylor Complaints Comedy Podcast where we are answering your questions today. There's 2 weeks worth of questions. It's been 7 weeks since the last podcast, but we just had a presidential inauguration. So guess who needs to come back and vent about it? This is more of somebody called this a vlog. It made me upset. Like, it's just a diary. I'm like, no, it's not, because I tell horrible, ignorant jokes on it. Like this one. I don't like flamboyant people. I don't. Flamboyant has nothing to do with gay. I don't care if you're gay. You could take a whole packet of Hebrew National hot dogs to your mouth, and I don't give a shit. Doesn't affect me at all. Just make sure they're kosher because you don't want the Jews complaining about how much cock you suck. There you go. That's a beautiful, it's not about gay. I just don't like people that are like, hi. I don't like that shit. You don't have to sing a song while you say hi to me. You can just be like, hey, what's up? Hey, what's up? It's 7 a.m. and Omar's doing spirit fingers. Omar, stop. Stop talking with your hands. It's 6:30 in the morning. How are you guys? How's everything? Are we doing all right? We opened with a joke. You like that? You like that? Cocksucking, blessed by the J man himself. Blessed by the J man himself. Um, Lots of division going on. Lots of crazy stuff. Elon Musk did a Hail Hitler salute. Oh, we're not getting monetized. We're not getting I'm not getting monetized anyway. This is a comedy podcast. I'm shooting myself in the I said shoot. We're not. We're batting 1,000. ADDs is rampant today, as you could tell. If I were to describe this podcast to anyone, I would just say that it is a catalog of my ADD. Sometimes, sometimes it gets me in trouble. Sometimes it does. We had a burp. I said shoot twice, and I made a penis. I made a penis joke within the first maybe 2 minutes of this podcast. Maybe, yep, 2 minutes and 2 seconds. We're already two and two in, and I have already fucked up. You guys doing okay? Even though LA's on fire, I got a new sign. Shout out to Lisa. Lisa is my friend who has a candle company. Hold on. She's got a candle company and it is called the Burnt Wick. She has her own candles. They smell really good, and I like them. She bought me a horror movie sign for Christmas. So best believe I'm plugging your Asian candles. She makes fun of herself for being Asian. Okay. I do go over the line though. And whenever I say hi to her, I might be flamboyant because every time I say hi to her, I'm like, oh, and I bow. And I don't know if I do feel, I do feel that that's insensitive that I do that. But you know what? I can't forget Pearl Harbor. I can't. That's anytime that someone says, hey man, that's racist, I'm like, hey, Pearl Harbor. And they're like, oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm like, we should go make another bomb because it makes me I'm mad again. We should dig up Oppenheimer's body and just congeal it into a liquid and then we'll bomb Japan. It just gets you mad. I I was watching Instagram, not Instagram Reels. I was watching TikTok the other day and there was this pilot. I think Shane Gillis talked about this and then it came up in my algorithm and then I got mad. There was a pilot uh that was talking about like how stoked he was about Pearl Harbor. And he's like, yeah, he's like, but I should have bombed this one. This one was fun. There's more Americans on this one. I was like, what? What? Oh, I'm like, we'll bomb you again. I will bomb you. I was like, where's my jet? I'll kamikaze right into one of their buildings. Like what you wish that you could bomb us again? That's crazy. And it was just like, oh yeah. But it's like, the Japanese offensive vantage point. So it's like, okay, it's what they were doing offensively at the time. They were, trying to hit us with everything they had. And, we made them pay. But that's why I make fun of Lisa because I will never forget Pearl Harbor. See, look it. I'm going to complain for the next 30 minutes. And you got just 4 minutes of straight, unabashed ignorance. And I hope you liked it. Folks, we need this. We need this right now. We need to be laughing. We need to be laughing and taking care of each other because the Nazi party is taking over. Politics, I will tell you, red and blue ties, it's rich people being lobbied by rich people. Politics is a scam. And this isn't a conspiracy theory. This is age plus experience equals pessimism. And that is the equation of life. Age plus experience equals pessimism. And yes, I just worked that out in real time. I don't know if my numbers are correct. I got to snort. Hold on. I got to show you guys how fat I've gotten. God, there's so much going on in my brain right now. But I will show you how fat I've gotten. You will see it by the end of this podcast. As soon as this podcast ends, I will be uploading it onto YouTube, Spotify, and Apple. And then I will be going to use my kettlebell for 40 minutes because I'm getting depressed. Yesterday, I was hit with like I saw the Hitler salute and then the fucking not yesterday, 2 days ago, I saw the Hitler salute and then groceries were supposed to go down and that never happened. And then gas was supposed to go down and that never happened. All day one promises by your guy. I'm telling you, politics are a scam. You get a politician and they run for office, how do you get the campaign money to run? Oh, from rich companies that if you win, they want you to implement a bunch of orders that benefit them. So I think that this is all just a dog and pony show to get power so that then you could repay all the lobbyists that gave you money to run your campaign. Walmart, Costco, whatever big company needs to, like, oh, Walmart needs to extend its hours, but we can't do it because there's a law in place that prohibits us to do that. And that maybe not something that blatant. Maybe it's like more overseas buying and selling practices. Okay. Things are going to get expensive. I don't have a political side. I just know that it's a scam. I know that it's the rich versus us. And you should know that it's the rich versus us. There's no, we did the dick jokes already. We did it. We did. I'm going to answer your questions. I got like 20 questions to answer. I'm doing them all today. This podcast is probably going to be a little different. I'm going to do like maybe a 10-minute monologue here before I get boot off the stage by the questions. Cause I'm looking at one right now that says, why are you gay? And I can't wait to answer this. I can't wait to answer, why are you gay? Um, I just need the sodium. Cock's so salty. I see. Um, yes, I am under the delusion that everything I say is funny. Confidence. I'm telling you guys right now, confidence will fucking kill you. I am confident enough to that this is episode 71 of a podcast that possibly no one listens to, possibly. And it's just me being an idiot. I don't listen to them. I listen to them. I listen to like maybe 10 minutes before I record it just to check the audio quality. But this is confidence right in front of this is what you're looking at, confidence. And I don't know if that is a good thing or a bad thing. Clearly, it is a bad thing if I am the exemplary example of confidence, but this is what it does. Everything I say is funny. Everything I say is gold to the point where I feel I need to record it. Can you imagine? I mean, just thank God that you don't have mental illness, because this is also a good picture of mental illness. But yeah, politics, red versus blue, that's a lie. That's a lie. But Republicans just like shoot guns in the air and listen to country music, while fucking Democrats just want to like help poor people, not help poor people. I don't. That's too altruistic. Um, Democrats just want to like create a home. I don't know. I don't even know what Democrats want because I don't want to damn them, and I don't. Yeah, Democrats want like abortion rights, but then I don't know. I don't. It's just evil. It's just rich people versus rich people. I like Bernie Sanders though. I know, and he's like a I don't know what he is. Obviously, he's on the left, but I don't know. There's nobody on the right that I really like. You know what I mean? I like Joe Rogan. I like Joe. There you go. I like Joe Rogan. Even though Joe Rogan was he was a lefty for a really long time. Joe Rogan voted for Bernie Sanders. He loved Bernie Sanders, and now he's on the right. So I think I like Joe Rogan on the right, even though he's not a political pundit. And then I like Bernie Sanders, but I do not like politics as a whole. I'm done voting. I will vote for bills. I will never vote for a president again as long as I live. But I will vote for like independent bills that affect my state because If I can somehow vote that minimum wage to go up, I make minimum wage plus tips. If I get that minimum wage to go up a couple bucks, that's actually gonna, you know what I mean? We can go out a couple more times a year. I already make enough to pay my bills. I'm just trying to like, you know what I mean? Buy those name brand groceries. That's all I need. That's all I need to buy those name brand grocery. The Pop Tarts that we get have a fucking E at the end of the pop. It's like we got to buy French Pop Tarts now that were made by Montreal sweat workers, and they're not even from France. They're from French Canada, which is worse than way worse than France. It's the Mexico of France. It's gross, and that's where we're getting our Pop Tarts. Pop Tart Day. I don't like that. I don't like that. See, there you go. Another joke for you. All right, let's get to these questions. You know, politics are evil. You politics to stop it. Oh, well, Jesus is Lord. Okay, cool. Jesus is Lord. It has nothing to do with politics. Politics are evil. Religion is evil as well. That was a bad fucking juxtaposition of ideals. Religion is also stupid. And I know what you're saying. I love have a relationship with whatever God that you want to have personally. That's a personal decision. That's personal. I like that. Religion is not personal. Religion is congregational. Religion is we believe this, you should believe this. No. No. You see, that's why I thought the movie Heretic was cool because those girls got exactly what they deserved. They got exactly what they deserved. If you're going to knock door to door on people's houses, I hope Hugh Grant locks you in a basement and shoves needles into your head. Oh, man, I got to burp. Well, every time I do this, I get flatulence. Why is that? Hold on. All right, let's get to this question. Why are you so gay? Why am I gay? Listen, this was done by someone who didn't even know how to write in the question correctly. You were supposed to do this anonymously, Krista. I know it's you. I know it's you. This is what I get. This is what I get. I should have 100% slept with her when I had the chance. I should have done that. No, I'm glad that I didn't sleep with her when I had the chance because she told me I do not have orgasms during sex. What? Yeah. So I'm not, there's no way we're ever sleeping together because I already have a small penis and I'm not super stoked on that. But like I can wiggle in enough directions to where maybe you could feel it when it's inside of you. But now that I know the nerve endings in your vagina are dead, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do now? I've never cried during sex and I don't want to, and that's why it'll never that's not true. Never say never because she's looking good. Never say never. All right, guys, let's move on. Let's move on before I get in trouble. Top three horror movies of 2024 as the best. What the fuck? Top, hold on. Top three horror movies of 2024 as the best, as the least best. What the fuck? Kyle, you are retarded. Hello, Kyle. This is another one from the genius who didn't know how to put the question. Oh God, he didn't even know that. Kyle, my top three movies of 2024 are Red Room. I just saw Red Rooms is so good. Red Rooms is a movie about this lady in French Canada. Again, I just figured out French Canada was a thing. They speak French in Canada, in Montreal. Holy shit, I didn't know that. I didn't know that they Quebec. I mean Quebec. Quebec. Yeah, that makes sense. The phonetics of Quebec. See, I'm stupid, but I think that it's getting better. I think that's what this episode's going to be called. I'm stupid, but it's getting better. So my Red Rooms is about Red Rooms are a place on the internet, it's a dark web where like it's like they're live streaming them killing someone. So it's like a guy in real time killing someone. And usually there's an audience and there's an audience and this guy gets caught. This guy gets caught. He kills three girls. They're all like underage. And this guy gets caught killing underage girls on a video camera. He's brought into court, and there's two girls, and like they're like in their late 20s. they're fanatics. They think this guy's innocent, and one of them thinks he's innocent. The other one's kind of like, like just kind of weird. So you know what I mean? And like her intentions are not made. I think she's hanging out with this other girl, and the other girl's intentions are very like you're very aware of this other girl's intentions. This other girl's intentions, we have no idea because of the veil of mystery and the misdirection of the other woman who's like insane. So there's the insane girl, and then there's the model girl who is like, you know what I mean? Not I'm all over the place with this. I know it's very hard to follow. There's two girls. They're obsessed with this court case. They go to the court every day because it's open to the public and to press, not press, but just to the public. And there's a juror. So there's a family side. There's the juror, and then there's like the couple seats for the public. And horrible things start to happen. I This movie does not show the gore of the red room. Like there's a couple scenes where you can hear the girls screaming from like what's happening, but like it'll like zoom into the killer's eyes. And then there's a scene in this film that is one of the most disturbing things that I've ever seen in my entire life. Like evil, like just the most evil thing I've ever seen someone do to another person, like mean-spirited, cruel. It was so compelling to watch. And this Red Rooms number two. Or, I'm sorry, number three. Number two is going to be Asriel. There's no speaking in Asriel. And you can find Red Rooms on Shutter. Asriel is also on Shutter. Um, yeah, it's a post-apocalyptic, like religious cult movie. It's about this like religious cult at the end of the apocalypse, and they sacrifice people in the middle of the woods to these monsters. And you see the monsters very early on. It gets going quick, and it's got Samara Weaving in it, the chick from the Ready or Not films. Maybe, maybe the best. It might be the uh, best final girl of all time, Samara Weaving. I know some of you guys. There's no. Shut up. Shut up. Samara Weaving is one of the best. It's got your blood. It's got your gore. It's got everything that you want. It's a popcorn movie, I think. But don't let the no dialogue fool you. Don't let that part of the film fool you at all. This film will keep you on the edge of your seat. I think it's amazing. Why am I burping so much? What is going on here? Lots of burps in this episode? Maybe we'll call it that. Number one of the year is going to be Terrifier 3. The gore in it is everything that I wanted and needed. The brutality in it is everything that I wanted and needed. And it's not shot on an iPhone. I tried to watch this movie called The Gateway Meet, and like it literally looks like a home video of like this family of killing people, and like their little 4 or 5 year old daughter's involved, and like she does stuff, and I'm like, I don't want to watch this. Anytime you bring a kid into a movie, I'm out. I don't like kids. Like when kids are killing people, it's kind of weird. And I'm not talking about Children of the Corn where it's like corny. I'm talking about like low budget, like we just want to make people uncomfortable. Like I hate that. I hate it so much. Why does it exist? I don't know. So yeah, Kyle, you retard. I answered your questions. Wait a minute, Kyle, that's another question. Would you rather have dinner with the Hewitts from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre or the Fireflies from the dude? It's got to be the Fireflies. It's got to. So I like the Hewitts from Texas Chainsaw Massacre in theory, but those Fireflies, they'll turn you into a fish. They will turn you into a fish. They're crazy. Absolutely crazy. I Fish Boy, they cut the bottom half of his body off and they like sewed on a fish. That's rad. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I could not deal with their house. Like it's so dirty. This scariest part of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and this is an old movie that I love. You guys know I'm not a fan of older movies, but Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I can't do how dirty the house is. I can't do it. I can't do it. All right, now let's get to the questions from people who actually answered them or asked them correctly. I mean, there's no correct way to answer them. I'm just going to call you out by name if you I will call you out by name if you know what I mean? If you do it the wrong way. And don't worry about the lady I just talked about from the question. She doesn't even listen to this podcast. There's no way. But if she does by some chance hear what I said, I will do a podcast and I will tell you guys how much trouble I'm in. Safe word? Do I have a safe? I don't have a safe word. I think anything, I'm pretty much down for anything. I don't like stuff in my butt. I would not, I would never allow that. But that's because I was born in 86. Nobody from the 80s wants something in their butt. That's not a thing. You can ask anyone from the 80s. Stuff in your butt is a 90s kid thing. You like shit in your ass because you're from the 90s. Not wanting things in your butt is very retro. And there's no shame in it. I'm not here to be like, you like shit in your ass. You must be gay. You know what? You must be gay. You must be gay if you like shit in your ass. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with it. You can do it. I hope that you do it forever, and I hope you're happy. I don't care. Whatever makes you happy makes me happy. Just don't do this. Hello. I hate that. That fucking bugs me. While you're getting something in your ass, like, this feels so great. Like, if you start singing Wicked songs while something's in your ass, I will kill myself. I don't like. I don't like don't be extra. That's what I don't like, I guess. That's what you could say. I don't like extra. But stuff in your butt, man kissing man, I don't give a shit. I don't care. But I don't have a safe word. Just nothing in my butt. And then I think anything goes. Anything goes. A chick made me bang her feet once. That was weird. That was okay. Listen, we still dropped the load. We still finished. You know what I mean? With feet, I've never done that. It's pretty crazy. But yeah, moving on before I get canceled. Let's see. You have four eyes, yet you still think smile is two. Yet you still the fucking can't even read. You have four eyes, yet you still think smile two is good. From Jared. First of all, retard, you're not supposed to let me know who's. You guys don't. You guys clearly don't understand how to ask questions. And there's like 13 more of these questions that you idiot. Jared, Smile 2 is one of the best movies of the entire year. And if you don't think so, first of all, shout out to Jared, Hugs, and Chris that are a part of the Scare Away podcast on Spotify, YouTube, and Apple podcasts. I love that podcast. I don't like conspiracy theories and I don't like wrestling, but I still love that fucking podcast. So if you don't like some of the things that they talk about, I find it compelling. It's still good. It's still good. Much like Smile 2 is good. They have a new one out. They have a new they have a new podcast out and I don't know the name of it. I don't know the name of it. I just followed it on Spotify, but I do not know the name of it. Actually I think it's under the same name, but it's not the podcast is not named Scaranoia, but I think it's on the Scaranoia thing. I don't know. I got to double check. But yeah, dude, Smile 2 rules, and Jared has one visible tooth that you could see when he smiles. But as he gets happier, you can see there's 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 more teeth in the back. He does have lots of teeth in the back, and we love that for Jared. Jared, we love you. You can't talk crap, not expect it. Dear Taylor, bless you. Love your raw honesty. When did you realize you wanted to be a movie? This was written by an old person, and I love this whole thing. I love the entire. Thank you. When did I realize I wanted to be a movie critic? I wanted to do the podcast. I want to do the podcast, tell jokes, and make people laugh. I wanted to be a stand-up comedian, but I do not possess the power of public speech. I cannot do it. Like, you should see me read a book report in school when I was a kid. There's no fucking way. You know what I mean? So I'm on here doing my shtick, and this is what I do perpetually. I do horror movie reviews. I just did the horror movie reviews to like get the podcast out. I tagged the podcast at the very end. There's like if you make it to the end of any of my videos, there's like a 10-second like, no, there's nothing except for like a picture of like my podcast and where to find it. And it's, you know what, I've gotten like over 2,000 listens on the podcast because of the TikTok account. This podcast was getting no listens before I was on TikTok. Like, TikTok has actually brought an audience to this podcast. Like, I think there's like 50 revolving listeners to this podcast every single week, and it's absolutely amazing. So I do appreciate and love all of you guys. I came in third in my fantasy league. I know this has to be from Brittany. Brittany, I came in third as well. I lost because who is it? Fucking Jalen Hurts playing the Carolina Panthers with he gets a concussion. Or he gets a concussion playing somebody. I don't know if it's the Carolina Panthers. And he's out for the game. If Jalen Hurts wouldn't have gotten hurt, I would have won the whole league because I outscored everybody for the rest of the every game that I had past that. I outscored every single person in the whole league. So I would have won the whole thing. But Jalen Hurts fucked me. Congratulations on your third place. I got third place too. Fuck you, Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts. I was like, I was very petty when he got a concussion. I'm like, you better be dead. You better there better be like a pool of blood coming from his ear. He better be dead. Call your kids, Jared. Someone's not coming home for dinner, but don't worry, you still get the mansion that he lives in. It's not that sad. If your dad dies, but your house has like an elevator in it, I think you're still good. You're fine. Yeah, mom will bang someone else. We have an elevator in the house. Oh shit, my cat's gonna come in here and try to ruin my podcast. Three-part question. If you were a slasher horror movie villain, what would your name be? My name would be my name would be, I don't know, handsome, handsome, because I'm ugly, because I am not attractive. My name would have to be handsome something, just to be ironic. Handsome eye. I would be handsome eye because I'm blind in one eye and I'm ugly. Could you imagine? I'm ugly, I'm blind in one eye, and I'm bald. But Jesus Christ. That's how I know there's no God. That's how I know when I'm like, oh yeah, religion's stupid, and everyone's like, no, God is low. No, he's not. If God exists, he's a piece of shit for making me bald, blind, and ugly. All right, what would your gimmick be? I don't know, dude. I would take people apart. Like I would just there would be lots of gore and dismemberment and intestines and like I'd pull people's jaws off and there'd be crazy. I would do crazy shit. Just like Art the Clown, but like I'm not dressing like a member from Kiss. You know what I mean? Like that's Art the Clown's thing. What would your weapon of choice be? Dude, it'd have to be like a club. You know what I mean? Because like there's no edges. Like it's just a blunt force weapon, and I'm just squishing people. And there's nothing more gross looking than like a squished body part. Ugh, grossest. Super gross. Let's see here. I think we're almost done. Gun to your head. What's your favorite horror movie of all time? Hmm. Gun to my head. What's my favorite horror movie of all time? The Thing. It's gotta be The Thing. The thing is on Shutter right now if you guys want to watch it. Um, it's an old movie with Kurt Russell in it, the guy from Escape from New York, Escape from LA. He was also in that Miracle movie. You like how I dropped the most obscure fucking Russell Crowe movies. He's also in Guardians of the Galaxy 2. He played Star-Lord's dad. Um, yeah, it's just about this like alien in the snow. The ship crash lands in Antarctica. There's a team researching the crash, and they're just, you know what I mean? They're like, what the fuck's going on? And then the alien takes form that it mimics the form of the people that are on. First, it takes the form of a dog, but it looks like a melted dog, and it's got like 9 heads and a million tongues spitting out. It's crazy because it like splits the body in half of whatever it takes over, or like pulls the head off. It just it's a movie of grossness. Like some guy's rib cage, like they're doing CPR on a guy who they think is passing away, and they're pushing on his chest, and his chest caves in, and it grows teeth, and it bites their arms off, dude. It's the best. It's the best. And you know what? It's a master class in practical effects, and I think it's it's like if you're looking at like best movies of the 80s, it's like Reanimator, Dead Alive, and well, I think Dead Alive is the 90s, 91. Peter Jackson. It's got to be Reanimator and The Thing for me. And From Beyond. From Beyond rules. If you haven't seen it. It's about a guy who it's like Lovecraftian but kind of sexual. It's weird. When you it's yeah, it's weird. I don't want to. You lick butthole. That was a. We already did that question. Wait a minute. There's three more. Talk about your least favorite found footage movies. There are so many. Listen, I love found footage. I love found footage very, very much. But there's a movie. I forget what it's called. God, I can't think of any bad found footage movies. I review I review so many bad ones. I don't want to like you guys think there's glitches in this, but it's really like it's like me burping, but there's like no audible sound. I love found footage movies. I do. And it's hard for me to find something that's horrible off the top of my head. The Last Exorcism was shit. I think that was found footage where the chick's like, Nero. I don't like that in the barn. Nero. Shut up. That would be a situation where I support domestic violence. Uh, I can't think of any of them. The Exorcism of Emily Rose is fucking awesome. I don't know if that one's found footage. Dude, there is a found footage movie that I hated, but I can't think of it. They go to uh, they go to this house and this lady's possessed by the devil. It's always a found footage movie about somebody who's possessed by the devil. And everybody on Horror Talk was like, this is so scary. It's very, very scary. It was not scary at all. It was super bad. But I can't remember what it's called. And it's not serving me. Should I go look for it? No, that's gonna take me too long. Just please hold while I go and look for this. Um, let's figure out. Are you gay? Who is gay? I don't. Who's that? I'm so glad that you guys are having fun with these questions. I'm very. I listen. I'm not making up these questions. Okay, look it. I'm not making this up. Can you read that? Can you read it? I don't know. I don't know who's gay. There's so many gay people. There's tons, tons of gay people. My friend Kyle, gay, very gay. I'm telling you, it doesn't get gayer than Kyle. I don't think Kyle's ever made a bowel movement where like six dildos didn't come out, brown ones. I'm not, it's not racist. They're covered in poop. It's not racist. Okay. They're not Mexican dildos. They're just covered in poop. All right. Next question. I know that was from you, Kyle, son of a bitch. Um, who is your horror movie babe and from what horror movie? You know what? Fuck. It's a good question. I don't think I have one. You don't understand. I love boobs. I love them. They're so wonderful. So wonderful to the point where I don't discriminate. I really don't. But there's so many times where I watch a horror movie and boobs are out. And I'm like, oh my God, this is not a long enough scene for me to jack off, but I'd like to jack off. I'm thinking about jacking off. What I could do is pause the movie, replay this, and jack off like we did when we were kids. Like the sex scene in Scary Movie. That's what I would jack off to. No, Scary Movie 2, where that chick had the leather pants, I would jack off 100 times when I was a kid. 100 times. I would. It was horrible. I got that movie for Christmas. And as soon as I saw that chick in the leather pants, I was like, I will get nothing done. Nothing will be done on the weekends. As soon as I get home at 5 o'clock from school and football, there's nothing done but jacking off. Yeah, I don't know who's this? Who do I like in horror movies? There's so many really cute, there's so many really cute chicks in horror movies. I can't answer that. That's really hard. Uh, you know who I thought was really, really cute was that girl, the girl from The Substance that crawls out of Demi Moore. Demi Moore wasn't bad looking. I think I like older looking ladies. I know that I just referenced like a 24-year-old, but hear me out. The chick from Beetlejuice. I don't know what her name is. I'm changing my answer. Please negate, please negate the girl from The Substance. I feel like that's a layup. Let me give you someone that no one's going to tell you. The woman from Beetlejuice. I don't know what her name is. I think it might be Tim Burton's wife. I looked it up. She's like 58. She's 60 years old. And when I saw her in Beetlejuice, she's like the main villain at the very beginning. She like kills Danny DeVito. She was the hottest woman I've ever seen in my life. And when I saw her, I was like, "Oh, this is the hottest. This is the hottest chick I've ever seen in my life." I don't know if it was like because she's like dressed all gothy, because that's it's my thing, I guess. God, why am I like this today? Um, Hottest chick I've ever seen. I don't know. That's my horror movie. That's the most recent woman that I've seen in a horror movie that I've just been like, maybe I would let her do stuff to my butt. If she really, no, I don't think so. I don't want that. I really don't. Yeah, I see Edward Norton and how he sat down on the prison chair after he got it in the shower. I don't want that. I don't want to be crying when I sit in a stool, lowering myself down. There's nothing less manly than lowering yourself down to sit down and being like, like your arms are shaking because you don't want to put pressure on a hole that's just been violated. I don't want that. Um, I, yeah, I wouldn't let her do stuff to my butt. I couldn't allow that. But she's extremely beautiful and respectfully the hottest chick that I've seen in a movie of 2024. That's my 2024 babe, horror movie babe. I could probably, I think I know who asked me that question too. Uh, how much time do we have? God, I didn't burn any of this material that I had. We got 4 minutes left. Listen, I gotta say, Snoop Dogg's a piece of shit. We're now calling him Clyde or Calvin. From now, he's no longer Snoop Dogg. We're calling him Calvin. Your rap name is being stripped from you because you're a traitor to the people. And I'm not talking about black people. Okay. I'm talking about human beings in general. This guy talking all kinds of shit. I'm not performing for Trump. I ain't no fucking house blank. I ain't no jigga blank. Blah blah blah. Calling people out. Fuck Trump. Blah 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 blah. He wasn't doing it. He was like, yeah, I'm not doing this. He performed yesterday at like one of the inaugural parties. And this guy doesn't need money. I see him on commercials every single day. He's on Fox News performing like he did like the Super Bowl a couple years ago. There's no way he needs money. There's no way that Snoop Dogg needs money that bad. And there's no way they pay that great. There's no way they pay that great. Like Soulja Boy performed at the inauguration. That makes sense. Nelly performs at the inauguration. That makes sense. They probably have sick. They're probably Uber Eats. They probably work for Uber Eats. They probably need the money. Nelly, you can meet Nelly. Just open your door when the Instacart people knock on your door. It's gonna be Nelly at some point. You know what I mean? He's gonna be selling his old CDs and giving you your groceries. But Snoop Dogg does not make sense. You do not need the money. I Calvin, you are Calvin from now on, dude. I don't I don't fuck with that. I think we've gotten to everything that I want to get to. Okay. Elon Musk is a Hitler supporter. I do not care what you say. There's no, and this is what bothers me. And I'm glad that we're talking about this at the very end so that I could just, you know what I mean? And I'm gonna look at the time go down too, so that I know when it's time to get the fuck off. I've never seen that. If you do that salute on the news in another country, you will be arrested. You do it here, people make people make excuses for you. And here's where I'm going to circle back to politics being evil and rich versus the rich and the poor versus the. It should be the poor versus the rich, not the poor versus the poor. Because here's what's happening. Now we're defending Elon Musk. Now I see people, it was a Roman salute. Okay, the Roman salute was still based, it's still a fascist salute. That's the thing. Hitler was a fascist. The Roman salute is fascist. Either way, it's not good. What he was just talking about, you just contextually. I don't care about the context. I care about the gesture. And the gesture is not political. It's just hateful. It's hateful. I mean, we went to war with a country that was doing that gesture. We were all, everybody, World War II, we were all, yo, fuck Hitler. We're going to get him. But you see Hitler now, and you're like, yo, that wasn't a Nazi salute. That was this. And people make a bunch of excuses for it. I don't, poor people are the dumbest motherfuckers in the world. I'm telling you. I mean, if at this point, if you're not rich, you're poor. So if you're not making over six figures a year, you're poor. I'm poor. I make $75,000 a year. My rent's $2,600 a month. I pay $500 in groceries. I can go out like once a week. You know what I mean? I'm doing okay. I'm doing all right. I'm saving money. I get tattoos every month. I'm doing all right. Still poor. 100,000. If you make under 100,000, poor. People are siding with rich people a lot. With no, like, there's poor people with like 17, and like, well, Elon Musk, I like that. Like, that's how we lose. That's how we lose. We all need to come together and fight against these people. I mean, at least the Elon Musk is what I don't like. I don't like this Elon Musk billionaire. I saw, I'm gonna close with this. I saw someone do a breakdown. I think it was Andrew Santino. He's talking about if you had $1 billion, you would have to spend $10,000 a day for the rest of your life to even get close to spending it. So you have more money than you can even spend in a lifetime. I don't know. It just seems evil to me. It seems like you don't like just, I don't know. Who needs all that money? And I know, and you know who argues this? Fucking poor people. Because like he's American, he should make as much money as he wants. That's 100% true. That's 100% true. But when you're the CEO of Walmart and you put a Walmart into a town and the prices are too hard to compete with for other companies, so they shut down the mom and pop grocery stores, and now all you have is a Walmart, that $1 billion is blood money, and you don't deserve it. If if opening up a store causes a local business to shut down, you're a piece of shit. I'm going to stand on this, and I'm going to close with this because for some reason we talk about crazy shit on this podcast, borderline racist, whatever you want to call it, homophobic. I don't care. I'm not afraid of gay people, and I don't care what race you are. But anything can be interpreted in any way. And I understand that, like, just because my intention is to make you laugh doesn't mean the reception is always going to be, this is what I think, and oh, he just wanted to make us laugh. People are going to be mad. But I also want to make people think too. We also got to think. Politics, are they evil? I love you guys. We'll see you next week.